5 signs a narcissist is deeply suffering. That's the title of this video. First thing first, a narcissist is a master manipulator, a selfish, self-centered, self-absorbed, egocentric, egotistic individual. Narcissists lack empathy. They use, then they discard others. They are very arrogant and boastful creatures. They need constant attention, constant admiration, constant validation, recognition, acknowledgement from you. They want to be praised all the time. A narcissist really looks like someone in pain. On the outside, they seem confident, composed, even untouchable. They walk into rooms as if they own them. They speak as if they are always right. They carry themselves like people who have everything under control. But that image is a mask. Behind it is a fragile inner world, one that is constantly at war with itself. Narcissists don't just hurt others. They are often deeply suffering in ways they will never openly admit. Their entire personality is built to avoid that pain, not heal it. And when the cracks begin to show, the signs are subtle but powerful. The signs that a narcissist is deeply suffering, whether they admit it or not. Number one, they become obsessed with control. When a narcissist is suffering, they tighten their grip on everything. They try to control conversations, people's reactions, outcomes, narratives, even your emotions. Why? Because control is the only thing standing between them and chaos. Inside, they feel unstable, insecure, threatened. But instead of dealing with those feelings, they try to dominate their environment to compensate. The more they are hurting, the more controlling they become. You will notice they micromanage small things. They react badly to unpredictability. They become rigid and intolerant. They cannot handle being challenged. It is not strength, it is fear in disguise. A drowning person will clutch at anything, even if it pulls others down with them. Their need for control is not about power, it's about survival. Narcissists react with intense anger to small things. A deeply suffering narcissist has a very short fuse. Things that seem small to you feel enormous to them. A delayed reply, a different opinion, a minor mistake, a boundary. And suddenly they explode. This is called narcissistic rage. But here's the truth. The anger is not about what just happened. It's about everything they are carrying inside. Their pain has no safe outlet, so it leaks out as anger. You may notice overreactions that don't match the situation. Personal attacks instead of calm discussion. Sudden mood swings. Silent treatment after conflict. It's like a pressure cooker with no release valve. The loudest anger often hides the deepest wounds. They are not just reacting to you, they are reacting to their own unresolved pain. They constantly seek validation, but it never satisfies them. A narcissist who is suffering becomes desperate for validation. They need praise, attention, admiration, recognition. But no matter how much they get, it's never enough. You can compliment them 100 times and they will still feel empty. Why? Because their self-worth is not built from within. It depends entirely on external approval. And when they are suffering, that inner emptiness grows stronger. You'll see fishing for compliments, bragging excessively, comparing themselves to others, becoming upset when not acknowledged. It's like trying to fill a bottomless pit. You cannot fill a void that was never meant to be filled from the outside. Their need for validation is not confidence. It's a silent cry. Please prove I matter. They devalue others more than usual. When a narcissist is hurting, they start tearing others down more aggressively. Why? Because seeing others shine reminds them of what they feel they lack. So they criticize you, They dismiss your achievements. They undermine your confidence. They make sarcastic or cutting remarks. It becomes constant. This is not random cruelty, it is projection. They are trying to escape their own feelings of inadequacy by placing them onto others. Some people throw stones, not because you are weak, but because they are breaking inside. The more insecure they feel, the more they will try to make others feel small. It's not about you, it's about the war within them. They cannot be alone with themselves. One of the biggest signs of a suffering narcissist is that they avoid silence. They avoid stillness. They avoid being alone with their own thoughts. Because when everything goes quiet, their inner world gets loud. So they fill their life with constant social interaction, noise and distractions, drama and conflict, work or busyness. Anything to avoid facing themselves. You'll notice they jump quickly from one relationship to another. They create chaos when things are calm. They seem restless and uneasy in quiet moments. Peace feels like a threat to those who are running from themselves. Deep down, they are afraid of what they will feel if they stop. There was once a man who owned a house full of mirrors, but he covered every single one. Visitors would ask, "Why don't you uncover them?" He would smile and say, "I already know what I look like." But the truth was, he didn't want to see. Because every time he caught a glimpse of himself, he felt something he couldn't control. Emptiness. So he spent his life distracting himself, controlling others, and avoiding reflection. Not because he was strong, but because he was suffering. So here is the difficult truth. A narcissist's suffering does not excuse their behavior. Yes, they are hurting, but they also hurt others. Understanding their pain does not mean tolerating their actions. It simply gives you clarity, because once you see it clearly, you stop taking things personally, trying to fix them, expecting empathy they cannot give, and you start protecting your own peace. You cannot heal someone who refuses to see their wounds. Not every apology comes in words. Sometimes it comes in patterns, and those patterns tell the truth. Their pain explains their behavior, but it does not justify your suffering. The more someone needs to appear powerful, the more powerless they feel inside. If you recognize these signs, the most important thing is not to try to rescue the narcissist. You cannot. A narcissist must choose self-awareness and must never do. Your role is not to heal them, fix them, or save them. Your role is to understand, detach emotionally, protect your boundaries, and choose your peace. Because at the end of the day, you cannot pour healing into someone who is committed to staying broken. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you.